Today is Thursday. We are 2 days removed from what is possibly the best Nintendo Direct I've seen in a long time. Just when you thought they were done, there were bangers on bangers. Here's a Mario Party. Here's a brand new 2D Zelda, by the way. Oh, and here's the cherry on top. Here's Metroid Prime 4, which you've only been waiting about 8 years to see. So I would be remiss if I didn't share in my excitement. I just want to come on here, talk a little bit off the cuff about each one of these insane announcements and just kind of go through them one by one. Normally I do like to script my videos, but frankly I just have had no time and I just have so many thoughts, and I just really wanted to come on here and talk about really what is going to be a super exciting end of 2024. Now, I don't know if you guys had watched my predictions video, but something that aged like milk was me telling you to keep your expectations low. I don't know, past a couple ports, maybe one surprise game or a new Mario Party game. I really didn't expect them to announce much of anything, and they just did that. And they started off incredibly well. The first announcement being Mario and Luigi Brothership. So this is the first new Mario and Luigi game, I think, since Paper Jam on the 3DS. I only put a few hours into that one, and I think the last one that I put any kind of decent time into was Dream Team, also on the 3DS. Since then, though, I think the developer Alpha Dream has actually gone bankrupt, so I certainly did not expect a new Mario and Luigi game anytime soon, let alone starting off the June Nintendo Direct. And this one looks insanely gorgeous. Starting off, you can clearly see that we're in the Mushroom Kingdom. I had no idea what I was looking at until you see those iconic designs, the black eyes, and then oh Nelly, we're in for a new Mario and Luigi game. I think what was really striking about this one is just how gorgeous the art style is. It has this beautiful cel-shaded art style, but it also is really faithful to that cartoony, whimsical, hand-drawn art style of all of the cover arts of each game. I just can't get over how beautiful and vibrant and rich with color this world looks. And all of the new NPCs kind of look like extension cords or plugs of some kind, but all the new NPCs look great. All of the bros attacks are super fluid and awesome and look fun to pull off. You see Mario and Luigi doing a ton of maneuvers in the overworld to traverse those islands. So Nintendo has really spoiled Mario RPG fans. I mean, if you look at it, in the course of a year, we've gotten two incredibly high-profile remakes in Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and now, to top it off, we are getting a brand new Mario and Luigi game for the Switch, the first time on a home console. So it's going to feel especially good playing this on a big screen and just enjoying the ride. So I think that might have been my favorite announcement from the entire Direct. I mean, I've absolutely been buzzing since that reveal. Next up, Nintendo reminded us of the Nintendo World Championship NES Edition. Now, I'm not super excited for this. It kind of reminds me of those NES remix games that we got for the Wii U and the 3DS. So I'm not sure how much is actually going to be new here, minus like the whole, online competition aspect of the game. But something that is neat is that physical collector's edition with the gold cartridge. I'm not overly excited, but I mean, I had to pre-order that. We then shifted gears to Fairy Tail 2, which is obviously one of like the biggest anime and manga series of all time. And it looks like it's getting a brand new strategy RPG game. I honestly didn't know that Fairy Tail had a game on the Switch already, because this looks like it is a sequel. So fans of that game or the anime in general are going to have something new to look forward to later this year. Next up was something that I actually hadn't even heard of previously, but since did a little research on. Fantasian is coming to the Nintendo Switch, and this used to be an Apple Arcade exclusive, and I think this one was actually made by the Final Fantasy series creator. So there's already kind of a lot to like here. I'm kind of a glutton for a good turn-based RPG, so I already was kind of locked in when I saw the gameplay, but what really sold me are those handcrafted environments, and I do mean handcrafted. I saw somewhere on Twitter that all of the environments for this game were actually created in real life as dioramas. So I've always had a fascination with kind of like miniature things, and dioramas especially. So the fact that all of these explorable environments are tangible and real kind of makes me want to play it just for that fact. So if we're going to trust anybody with a JRPG, it would be the creators of Final Fantasy. But that, along with those incredibly beautiful diorama environments, I'm going to check that out later this year. Next up, Nintendo announced for the 5 people who have played it, basketball is coming to Nintendo Switch Sports. I'm just teasing. I know that apparently this game is really big in Japan, but it's certainly not as big here. I think this game came out like over a year ago, so it's a little bit weird that we're just now getting DLC for it. But hey, if you're a 3-point shooter, give it a shot. I might pick this game up if it's like $20 on sale. I might go ahead and dive in. maybe play some basketball. But I think Wii Sports will always be the definitive sports game for me. Mio, Memories of Orbit was our next announcement. So this looks like a super gorgeous, almost like a Metroidvania type game, but it has a watercolor art style. So this trailer actually didn't show us a whole lot on this game, but again, the art style is super striking, gameplay looks fun, definitely worth checking out. Disney Illusion Island is getting a new mystery DLC. This is a game I've actually really wanted to check out. I'm obviously a big fan of Disney, big fan of Kingdom Hearts, so playing as these bunch of Disney characters in a cooperative side-scroller platformer actually looks really fun. So this is one I've been meaning to check out. Maybe this DLC might just put me over the edge to get it. I've actually heard it's a pretty underrated title too, so there's that. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is something I never thought I would be interested in, but hey, I have heard nothing but good things about this one. Plus, I saw List the Last said that this is like a must play, and it could be even better than Animal Crossing New Horizons, and she's kind of like the authority on these things, so I trust her judgment. But hey, it's apparently Animal Crossing meets Hello Kitty, so just when you thought it couldn't get cuter, it actually does, because I don't think there's anything cuter on this earth than Hello Kitty. Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports is coming to the Switch, so big fans of the Looney Tunes and maybe just multiplayer sports games might have something to play later on this year. Honestly, I think they did a great job with the art style on this one. It really looks like a cartoon come to life, so who knows, it might even rival some of the Mario sports games on the Switch because they haven't been the best this generation, unfortunately. Now, Among Us, I didn't pay much attention, honestly, to this announcement, but Among Us was kind of the reason that we knew that we were getting a Nintendo Direct at all, so there's that. But it looks like crew members and imposters will have some new roles to take on, so that'll keep things fresh when players come back to play some more Among Us. Farmagia or Farmagia, however you say it, I was a little intrigued by this one actually. So first, let me just say I'm so glad that like this entire direct wasn't just farming sims and that kind, because we've gotten those directs before. But this one looks like it kind of combines like farming sims with Pikmin and Pokemon, and I don't know, it's a really unique and different looking game with kind of a unique art style too. I'm a big fan of foxes, so I like seeing that. Yeah, there certainly looks like there's a lot going on in this one, but who knows, it might be worth checking out when it launches on November 1st. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD was definitely a surprise. So now this is actually the third time that we're getting Donkey Kong Country Returns. We've now gotten it on the Wii originally, it then was ported to the 3DS, and now it's getting an HD port for the Nintendo Switch. We've gone this long on the Switch without a new Donkey Kong game, so I really wouldn't have expected a brand new, like open world, 3D, large expansive Donkey Kong game, because, well, they do make a new one, it's probably gonna be on the Switch too. But it does make a lot of sense because they probably wanted something to coincide with the grand opening of the Donkey Kong Land in Universal Japan, and I think it's opening in Florida later next year. So it makes sense that they're just trying to keep Donkey Kong at the front of everyone's vision, kind of tie it into what they have going on in their theme parks. For those who have never played it, this is an absolute classic. When it was released on the Wii, this was the first new Donkey Kong game that we have had in years, and it's fantastic. Obviously, Tropical Freeze borrows a lot of its DNA from this game, so if you've never checked it out, with it being in HD now, it's the perfect time to. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD will be coming actually after the new year in January. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, yes, that's the title, is coming to Switch, and this looks incredible. I first got into Dragon Quest with Dragon Quest VIII Journey of the Cursed King on PS2, and kind of fell off the series until Dragon Quest XI, the definitive edition on the Switch. Maybe it's that Akira Toriyama art style, or maybe it's just that wonderful classic RPG gameplay, but I've always wanted to get more into the Dragon Quest series, and now there's like no better time to check out some of those classic entries. These have been modernized with that beautiful 2D HD art style. I gotta admit, I am a little bit bored of seeing that, like too many games are using it right now. Is that a cold take? I don't know. Put your pitchforks down if you have them up. It's beautiful, I'm not saying it's not, but I certainly can't be mad about Dragon Quest 2D HD, I don't know, what is it called? I can't be mad about Dragon Quest 3 using it because it does look stunning. I will 1000% be picking this one up, and it looks like Dragon Quest 1 and 2 will also be getting a new HD remake too, so we have some more to look forward to past this entry. Funko Fusion kind of looks almost like a Lego game. Quirky little vignette adventures that you go on in various different IPs. Of course, on Switch, it does look a little bit messy. The graphics are not beautiful, but hey, I almost couldn't believe my eyes because that's Jordan Peele's Nope, right? Like that's Jupiter's Claim from that movie. I kind of want to get it just to play that because that kind of blew my mind. Looks like there's some Jurassic World fun to be had, maybe even escaping a shark attack in Jaws. So who knows? It looks like there's a bunch of different IPs in this game. Maybe just get it on like another console if it's available there. I don't know if I would get the Switch one. We got a little refresher for Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which of course on the 3DS was Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. This one's actually launching next week, so it was kind of just a little refresher course. Hey, this is coming out. Now, this one is definitely not my favorite in the series, but I probably will be picking it up to check it out again. And who knows, if not a review, it might just be a look back at the Luigi's Mansion series as a whole, so stay tuned for that. The new Denpa Men is a game, I have no idea what's going on here. I don't know. It looks like a dungeon crawling Animal Crossing clone, but these really weird, quirky characters. I believe this was a mobile game before, but again, I have no clue what's happening here. It is free to play though, so maybe I'll check it out. Looks like we have another Metal Slug game coming to the Switch with Metal Slug Reloaded. So big fans of shoot 'em ups are gonna have some more fun there. Darkest Dungeon 2 is a dark gothic roguelike that looks like it's getting a sequel on Switch. So fans of the original will definitely have some more roguelike fun here. Next up, we had new Nintendo Switch Online games. So my prediction unfortunately didn't come true. We did not get those coveted rare titles for the N64, but we did get some really neat stuff. So we got the Game Boy port of A Link to the Past and Four Swords. So now you can actually play Legend of Zelda Four Swords multiplayer online on the Switch. That's insane. So just go ahead and add that to the list of games playable on the Switch. And again, I would not give up hope on Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I'm sure we'll get those eventually. We also got Metroid Zero Mission, which kind of was a harbinger of things to come because we might be getting more Metroid in this presentation. I don't know. And then I'm not even gonna lie, they really got my hopes up when they revealed this N64 mature 17 plus rated game collection. It kind of made me think we were getting Conquer on the Switch, but it was not to be. It looks like we got Turok, which I actually used to play a little bit on the N64. I was a giant dinosaur fan, so any game with those in it, I was like, I'm playing that. And we also did get Perfect Dark, so I guess we did get a rare game. Just wasn't the one we expected. And this is perfect timing to kind of tie in with the new Perfect Dark game announcement that we got. So overall, obviously would have probably preferred a couple different NSO titles, but certainly happy with what we got here. Phantom Brave 2 looks like a very typical, like, Nipponichi software game. It very much has the art style of the Disgaea games. I think I'll be skipping this one, but I am a big fan of NIS games in general, so I'm sure that this is going to be a great time. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics is coming to the Switch. Past Super Smash Bros., I'm not really a big fighting game guy at all, but I've heard from people who love fighting games that this is like a really big deal. Obviously, I know that these games are still super loved and played today, so the fact that they're now coming to the Switch in this big collection with like tons of different playable characters is pretty amazing. After this, we got one of my favorite announcements from the whole Direct, Super Mario Party Jamboree. I can't even contain the glee, like I was super excited seeing this. So this is interesting because it kind of looks like they combined both Super Mario Party and Mario Party Superstars. They're claiming that this is the biggest Mario Party ever. So it looks like there's a ton of new modes. All of the boards have been revamped. So they look a lot bigger, a lot more in depth, and a lot more original than what we've gotten in the previous couple titles. And we got 7 boards this time, so thank the Lord. We're definitely going to have a ton of replayability here. 2 of which are actually classic boards. So we got the Mario Rainbow Castle from Mario Party 1, and we got Western Land from Mario Party 2, which again are 2 more of my absolute favorites of all time. You have this adorable mall level, so it looks like we're all going to be running up and down some escalators, trying to get to the stars that'll be on sale, so you can actually nab some for half price. I think a couple other levels in Mario Party did this. I know the gold Kamek level in Super Mario Party on the Switch actually did the discounted stars thing. And Fair Square on Mario Party 6 actually did too, so that's always a blast. We have this little Wiggler Island level, Goomba Lagoon. Of course, there's the race car level. You can roll up to 40, it looks like, so that's going to be fun. So there is a ton to be excited here. The roster of characters is gigantic, so we pretty much kept everybody from Super Mario Party, and we've even gotten some new additions too. So I see Birdo, I see Ninja, Toad and Toadette are actually playable again. It doesn't look like they're going to be the hosts this time. We're getting 110 minigames, so this honestly looks like almost everything I could have asked for. I even spied with my little eye a couple new items too. So it looks like the Magic Conch from SpongeBob. I don't know what it does, but it looks like an item. It looks like there's a bunch of unique things happening in this one, and I am just super excited. October cannot get here soon enough so I can have some more parties at Mario's house. So Nintendo went back to back with this one. Said, okay, we'll give Greg a brand new Mario Party that's, you know, big and has more mini games and more levels than all the previous ones. But what about a 2D playable Zelda where you play as Zelda. I'm like, my jaw is still on the floor somewhere. I gotta go find it. But so they did kind of what many people thought they would do, just not at all how they would do it. I've seen a lot of people speculate that they would reuse the Link's Awakening art style to maybe do like the Oracle games and bring those to the Switch. But it looks like instead of doing that, we've gotten a brand new 2D Zelda game. Like it's brand new, new story, new everything. They've completely revamped how you play the game to play as Zelda. No more direct combat. Instead, you're going to be summoning enemies. You can kind of clone every object in this world and use it how you see fit to solve any puzzle and traverse the land in any way that you want. So it kind of looks like they took a lot of the ideas of Tears of the Kingdom and all of the flexibility and millions of ways that you could solve puzzles and kind of applied that into a 2D Zelda game. So there's these really cool sequences where she copies several blocks of water and swims up the pillar to then get up a mountain, or she clones 3 beds to make a staircase. I can't get over how amazing this looks. I cannot wait for September 26th, and I can't wait to play Zelda for the first time. I mean, it really should have been called The Legend of Link, I guess, but The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is probably going to be our last true Nintendo Switch Zelda game. And to make things even better, as if I didn't need to spend more money with this Direct, they also announced a beautiful golden Nintendo Switch Lite that I absolutely need. It's only right that it joins the family. Take my money, take it. I don't even know that I'll play on my Switch Lite once I get it, but it's beautiful and I have to have it. Just Dance. Got a new Just Dance 2025. I counted, I think this is actually like the 27th Just Dance game. So we all know what to expect here. If you want to boogie, burn some calories, and have some fun with your friends, there you are. LEGO Horizon Adventures is a game that I'm actually really interested in. I used to be super into all of the LEGO games. I mean, I played LEGO Harry Potter, LEGO Indiana Jones, LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean, LEGO Jurassic World. I've played like all the LEGO games. Haven't gotten to play any of the Horizon games on my PlayStation 5, but they're games that I've been meaning to get to for years. So it's really interesting and unique to see Horizons, a PlayStation IP, on the Nintendo Switch, even though it's in LEGO form. But honestly, the worlds look gorgeous. The LEGO gameplay is always a blast. It might be worth picking up. Stray is another game that has perpetually been on my backlog. It's now coming to the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if the Switch would be my ideal place to play it. Obviously, if the Switch 2 is coming out, maybe wait for that. But honestly, this looks like a game where you would really want to get immersed in the atmosphere and the beauty, and you'd want it to run at peak performance. So I might recommend playing this elsewhere, but of course, getting more people accessible to these incredible games is super important. So it's just neat that we're getting it at all. Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game, is like another one of those cozy farming, cooking games. It's just a cozy game, but with really ugly characters. I don't have a ton of interest in this one, but of course, cozy game players are sure to love this one. It does look like there's a little bit more emphasis on food, so that's pretty neat and different. Ace Attorney Investigations. So it looks like 2 of Miles Edgeworth's great Ace Attorney games will be coming to the Switch. Again, I've said it with so many games in this video, but the Ace Attorney series has been on my backlog for years. I've been wanting to check out another great mystery game. Honestly, ever since I got into the Danganronpa series, I've been wanting to get into more mystery games because it's such a thrill to do a little digging, put the clues together, and find the culprits in these cases. Getting these games on the Switch is huge. I'm super stoked for all of the Ace Attorney fans. Speaking of Danganronpa, by the way, it took me all of about a half a second to look at this character design and realize that the Danganronpa team was behind this one. The 100-line Last Defense Academy. There's kind of a lot going on here. So this one, actually, unlike all of the previous Danganronpa games, and unlike Master Detective Archive's Rain Code, it does look like there's a mystery element to the game, but this one looks a lot more like a strategy RPG. It does look like it has those similar tropes of having part of the main cast die off, trying to solve a larger-than-life mystery, and of course, really weird and strange anime character designs. I'm a giant fan of the Danganronpa series, and Master Detectives Archives was awesome, so I'll put a lot of faith in the Danganronpa development team. I'll probably wind up checking this one out. Romancing Saga 2: Revenge of the Seven is our last RPG announcement of the day. I think this is an HD remake of an older game, but honestly, it looks gorgeous. It kind of looks like it has similar turn-based battles to Dragon Quest, and honestly, I'm not mad about it. I'm a giant JRPG fan, so if I had time for all of these turn-based games, trust I would throw myself at all of them. I just don't have enough time to play them because they are usually lengthy. But this one looks great. And of course, the final announcement, the one we've been waiting 7+ years for, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So I made the joke, of course, we had nothing but a logo to work off of for 7 years, and they could have taken the easy way out and just given us a little small, quick cinematic trailer, but they gave us gameplay. The game is real. We've seen gameplay of Metroid Prime 4. So we can kind of piece together at least a little bit about what's going on in the main story, because they did bring back Sylux from a couple of the previous Metroid games. I just can't get over how insanely good this looks. I know a lot of people saying that, you know, it doesn't look that impressive or it's very clearly still a Switch game, but I feel like I didn't watch the same trailer as them. In my opinion, at least, all of the lighting effects, the shading, and the different particle effects we've seen in the trailer looked a little bit past what the Switch is actually capable of, and it ran super buttery smooth at a clear 60 frames per second. So I just cannot wait. This is coming out in 2025. Of course, this just kind of whet the appetite. I'm so much hungrier for more information on this game. And if anything, we now just have more of a reason to go back and revisit all of the previous Metroid Prime entries to get us ready for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It still feels weird to say that. It actually has a subtitle. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, it's real. We've seen it. Can't wait to learn more. Direct finish, perfect way to close it. What a direct that was. I mean, I just had to come on here and talk about it because many of the announcements here were incredible. Again, I think me personally, the Mario and Luigi Brothership game just absolutely blew any expectations for this direct I had out of the water. You combine that with a brand new 2D Legend of Zelda with Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. You play as Zelda, you can do almost anything you want. I'm stunned. I'm still stunned. Bookend that with a brand new Mario Party game with tons of boards, tons of playable characters, all kinds of different modes, over 100 minigames, and close the show with a Metroid Prime 4 true reveal. And of course, you've had tons of incredibly exciting smaller announcements all along the way. This had to be one of the best directs I've seen in a long time. I had no expectations for this, and now the second half of 2024 and right up until the Switch 2's probable launch in the spring looks incredibly promising. Get your wallets ready, get Santa on speed dial, because we have a lot of games to buy and to play. What did you guys think of Nintendo's June Direct? What was your favorite announcement? Did you guys love the Mario and Luigi announcement as much as I did? Are you rushing to pick up Mario Party? Did Zelda blow your mind like it blew mine? Or were you just in it for Metroid Prime 4? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you liked this recap. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you're in the know for my future uploads. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Thank you to Nintendo for putting out all of these unbelievable games on Switch. And I'll catch you in the next one. Be good. Bye-bye.